The Dutch master has produced something special in the wet, in the dry. Max Verstappen wins the Monaco Grand Prix.
He's Penske at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and Joseph Newgarden finally wins the Indianapolis 500.
But off turn number 4, the Coca-Cola 600 belongs to Ryan Blaney.
Whoa, hey everybody, we're back. We are back with PSCRL at Michigan. 100 laps here tonight and the new Elite 8 round. And we've got some more playoff racing tonight. So we're going to have some fun here. And we're going to be watching these guys go around Michigan 100 times to dictate a winner. First off, though, I got Jay in the booth. Jay, how you doing?
Oh man, I'm ready. It's Michigan, the best iRacers in the business. Playoff race here tonight. First race of the Elite 8. Oh man, it's going to be a big night. Stage points there on lap 20. Those are going to be crucial. And then find your way to the end. We got 8 drivers left. And the championship is just now heating up.
Absolutely. We are going to have a phenomenal time here tonight. Okay, now let's go ahead and go into some race info for you guys. Stuff to look out for while it's going on track here. So let's bring that up for you guys. Michigan 200, race 17 of 20. This is a 2-mile track, 111 degrees Fahrenheit on track right now. Altitude of 1,018 feet. Ambient temp of 72 degrees Fahrenheit, 93% humidity, partly cloudy skies, and a 13-mile-an-hour wind. You are watching the PSCRL Truck Series Season 3. We got 18 degrees of banking in the corners, 12 degrees of banking on the front straight. Pace car speed, 70 miles an hour. Pit speed limit of 55. Stage caution on lap 20. And everybody out here has an opportunity to bring out their backup car if they get caught up in a wreck. So with that being said, we got just about a minute and a half left in practice. Currently, Matthew Wood tops the leaderboard. Dallas Seward, Jordan Hand, Josh Kreider, and Noah Blackwell make up your top 5. Real quick, let's go to the chat. Dallas Seward there. Hey, Dallas. Dallas was with us earlier today in our watch party for the IndyCar race, which I may add was an absolute banger. If you guys did not watch that, that was an amazing race. And, yeah, highly suggested. Brian Underwood in the chat, who will also be racing tonight. Just want the pace car to not have to refuel tonight.
Do we have a backup pace car for tonight? Is that a thing? Can we get a quick repair on the pace car?
Well, you know,
I'm asking for a friend.
how does that work in virtual sim racing?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
don't know. I guess we'll have to figure that out, or maybe not.
well,
I don't
hey,
know.
let's not do it tonight. Maybe we can do it. We can test it another time, right?
Yeah.
Taja's in the chat. Taja, man, it is nice to see you. Thanks for coming out here once again. We're watching our broadcast. We love having you out here. Right now, we're watching Chris Stange go around the track as he's ripping the billboards up on top. But Jay, here tonight, we got 100 laps. What are we going to expect here? And what should these drivers be preparing for?
I think track position is going to be key right off the rip. We got that early stage caution lap 20. You're going to want to get those stage points, continue on here with the championship. And then if we get those long green flag runs there in that second half of the race, the strategy game is going to be key. Do you undercut? Do you overcut? You're going to be in a lot of drafting and a lot of pack race style racing here tonight with the truck series, a full field, keeping your car clean, getting to the end of this race, and mastering the strategy. I think those are going to be the keys to victory here tonight.
Absolutely, Jay. We're going to be witnessing a lot of maybe a little bit of aero push here today with the truck series and the restricted horsepower that they have. You'll be seeing these guys go pretty much full throttle in packs for the beginning of their tire stints, especially for qualifying, which we are watching right now. Dylan Carrier out on track, the first one out on track here tonight. He will be taking the first lap posted, hopefully, if nothing else goes wrong, as he comes off of turn 4. He's going to use that outside lane, maybe using a little bit of a Talladega Daytona mindset here. As we watch him go down into turn 1. Let's see what he does here, because this is going to be interesting, Jay. He's going to rip that outside lane. He's going to try to get that momentum up, and then maybe for that second lap to be the money lap.
Yeah, exactly. I think that second lap is going to be the money lap here tonight as he barrels down this long back straightaway here at Michigan and keeping his foot all the way down to the bottom of the floorboards here, pushing that skinny pedal for all you're worth here through 3 and 4. Off of turn 4, we're going to see what he does this time across the line. He's going to be the one to set the benchmark here in qualifying.
All right, he's going to come all the way down to the apron and across the line for his first lap here. A 40.751 for Dylan Carrier as he sails on down into turn 1. He's going to try to go all the way down to the bottom here. Not trying to scrub off too much time. Dylan Carrier is at the bottom of the leaderboard now. Chris Stange to the top as he comes down the back straightaway now. The 54 looking for that second lap to be the money lap.
Yeah, looking for that second lap here to be that money lap. We see Chris Stange at the top of the board. Dylan Carrier sitting in that P8 position now as we see Danny White go up to P2. We'll see what we can do here across the line for Dylan Carrier. See if he can put it back to the top of the board here. And it looks like he will not improve on that 8th position right now as Chris Stange still the benchmark here in qualifying.
Wow, that is surprising there. Noah Blackwell goes P2. Danny White now coming down the back straightaway into turn 3. Currently P3 on his second lap. Let's see what he can do here as he comes off of turn 4 to cross start-finish line.
Yeah, that beautiful Jack Daniels scheme here for Danny White, currently holding that P5 position in qualifying. Let's see if he can improve. And he does not improve here across the line. He's going to remain in that P5 position.
Matthew Wood across the line, as you can see. Does he improve? He goes P1 with a 40.100 on his second lap. Jaden Porter now coming into turn 3. He's going to be looking to improve on that P10 position. Let's see what he can do coming off of turn 4.
Yeah, the Bumblebee paint scheme here on the 74 for Jaden Porter. Here he is across the tri-oval, the front straightaway here. Let's see what he does in qualifying, holding that P10 position. It looks like he's going to remain in the P10 position.
All right, Grant Applegate now coming off of turn 4 in that Gravedigger Toyota Tundra as he goes through the restart zone and across the line. The 57, does he improve? He does to a 40.43, but he remains in P13. Now, let's go to Josh Kreider as he's coming off of turn 4 here. Still in the playoff hunt. He's looking to put down a great qualifying lap here. He's about to complete lap 1. Let's see where that 5 truck heads to. He goes to P7, and he's going to go on to his second lap to try and improve.
Yeah, here he is on lap number 2. He's going to see if he can move up from that P7 position currently. Maybe about a 10th off your pole time set by Matthew Wood, who had that 40.1 flat. What an incredible time there by Matthew Wood. As you see Kreider barreling down this back straightaway. Let's see if he takes it to the bottom or he remains right up there against the wall. It looks like he's going to arc it in down to the bottom here through turns 3 and 4. Let's see what he does here with his final lap of qualifying.
Off of turn 4 for Josh Kreider. Let's see what he can do here as he goes all the way to the apron, across the restart zone, and across the start-finish line. This 5 truck, does he improve? He does not. 40.451 for Josh Kreider. Dallas Seward goes P3 in the number 83 as he crosses the line for his first lap. Let's see if that second lap he can improve on if he comes off of turn 2 with a lot of speed.
Yeah, Dallas Seward, what a fantastic lap up here in the P3 position. As we see Jordan Handy, he looks like he's on a flyer as well. Purple sector there in sector 1. Let's see what he could do in qualifying. I believe he's going to be crossing the line now. Oh, he ran out of time.
He did.
Oh, no, man. That's so unfortunate.
Oh, no.
Playoff driver. All right. Grand Marshal right here, Tom, after qualifying.
All right, Grand Marshal, and we'll be right back with you guys.
Hi, Lonnie Kreider, Grand Marshal. I'd like to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day. So, gentlemen, let's start those engines and let's go racing.
Thank you, Grand Marshal, for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Let's start with our starting lineup tonight. Matthew Wood on pole in the number 16, with Chris Stange in the 29, starting P2.
Starting P3, that's Dal Seaweed. They're in the number 83, with Noah the Egg-Roll Blackwell in the number 88, starting P4.
Ryan Rose in the 78, starting P5 tonight, with Jonathan Gaston in the number 72, starting P6.
Starting P7, that's Jordan Kreider in the number 69 machine here tonight, with Josh Kreider in the number 5, starting P8.
Starting P9 tonight in the number 79, it's Danny White with Caden Gargiulo in the number 97, starting P10.
Starting P11 in that number 27 machine, that's the Nathan Brookover here, starting P11, with Landon Burbridge in the number 2, starting P12. Rounding out your top 12 starters here tonight in the PSCRL playoff race, Michigan 200.
All right, Jay, we talked a little bit about what these drivers may expect here tonight, but let's go into drivers to look out for. Tonight, I am going to put my eyes on the number 29 of Chris Stange. Although he is starting from P2, we talk about the gambling man, Chris Stange. He could absolutely pull it off here tonight at Michigan. Jay, who do you got?
Oh man, that's a great pick. I was thinking the same thing. If you guys tuned in on Wednesday to that Motor City truck race with Nexus, who were the 2 boys running up front with some of the best racers in that series? It was Stange and Noah Blackwell in the 88 truck. That's who I'm taking here tonight. He ran out of fuel coming off of turn 2 there at Darlington. I think he gets redemption here tonight on Saturday, and he puts the egg roll in victory lane.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Drivers to look out for here tonight. Jay, before we go green flag racing, any last words on this playoff race here at Michigan?
The best iRacers in the business here in the PSCRL Truck Series. We got 8 drivers remaining in the hunt for the championship. Race number 1 of this round begins here at Michigan, as we're going to see these guys door to door, wheel to wheel, side by side action all night long. Who's going to be victorious tonight? Who's going to do well to continue their playoff hopes, their championship hopes here in this season 3 of the PSCRL Truck Series? We're going to drop the hammer and we're going to have full loaded action here at Michigan.
Absolutely a lot to look forward here. Any of the viewers watching tonight, now is your time to get up real quick. Go refill your drinks. Go get some more dinner. Sit down and watch this race. As Jay and I call it from up here in the booth, it is time as we come through turns 3 and 4. The pace car looking to come off the racing surface, and Matthew Wood in control of the start of the race. As we come off of turn 4 now, here comes the pace truck as he comes off the racing surface. Control to Matthew Wood as they come down the front straightaway here. A quick crossover back there, but the green flag is out in the air. The 16, the 29 taking the front lead here as we cross the start finish line with the green flag out in the air. Coming down into turn 1 now, we still got a side-by-side battle between the leaders of Chris Dange and Matthew Wood as they sail on down through turns 1 and 2. Matthew Wood to the inside, Chris Dange on the outside still. He's holding strong as they come off at turn 2, but the 16 clears the 29. We're drag racing down the back straightaway now as the 88 and 83 maybe have made a little contact there as they dive it on down into turn 3.
Yeah, down here into turn 3, Matthew Wood leading. Dallas Seward working the inside of Stange here. We're side by side for P2 here. Off of turn 4, Seward versus Stange in the 29 truck. But it looks like the 16 of Matthew Wood. He's going to lead lap 1 here at Michigan as we dive down here into turn 1.
Coming down into turn 1 now, Dallas Seward leading that inside line. On the outside, it's Matthew Wood. Jordan Kreider getting real tight there, almost getting into his brother of Josh Kreider's. We're 3 wide off of turn 2. Noah Blackwell can't make it happen. Dallas Seward can't make it happen as they come barreling down the back straightaway and down into turn 3.
Yeah, down here into turn 3, Stange. Maybe a little bump draft there to the 16 of Matthew Wood as we're going to dive through turns 3 and 4. Stange trying to get right there to the bumper of the 16. Oh, real tight there off of turn 4. You saw Gaston get up near the wall. The playoff drivers cycle into the front of the field as we got 3 wide action here across the line. Kreider, Rose, and Seward stuck in the middle.
Coming down into turn 1, we're still side by side here, 3 wide, and Dallas Seward takes that position with commanding authority. Oh, he gets sideways off of turn 2. He keeps it straight. The stack up happens behind him. That is the 54 of Carrier. He's getting loose down at the bottom as we're 3 wide once again with Dallas Seward going down into turn 3, and they get it all figured out.
Yeah, they got it all sorted out. Oh, we got Caden Gargiulo sideways through the grass. He saves it. Unbelievable there off of turn 4. Porter's up in the wall off of turn 4. We got these boys all out of shape here. Everybody's still got it running. Everybody's still holding on to it. Here comes Brian Underwood to the inside. Gonna take advantage of the slower trucks there. Recovering from their incidents down here into turn 1.
All right, now we're going back to the front here as Noah Blackwell is coming underneath Chris Stange here off at turn 2. We're going to drag race it out down the back straightaway. The 16 of Matthew Wood having to play a little bit of defense here as they come on down into turn 3. They're going to try their best here to keep it straight into turn 3. They do a great job. Still side by side for second place as they come off at turn 4.
Here it is off of turn 4. We're still side by side for that P2 position. Blackwell leaking ahead here of the 29 stage, but look at Gaston now. Gaston's going to run up right to the rear bumper of stage. He's going to look to the inside. Still side by side for P2. Blackwell sends it in on the bottom, trying to make the move on Matthew Wood for the lead. We're still all under a blanket here for the race lead.
Coming off of turn 2 now, Chris Stange got real loose, or tight there, excuse me, as they come down the back straightaway. Oh, we got people in the wall in the back. That's Dal Seawee back there, grabbing a little bit of wall, but coming down into turn 3 now. Noah Blackwell making a little bit of a resurgence here on the inside, trying to come back across Chris Stange. He gets it done. The 88 back up into P2. He's going to get the draft of Matthew Wood now. Hauling down the front straightaway. He's going to hold on to that P2 position.
Yeah, we're here on lap number 6, diving down here into turn 1. We got Blackwell to the inside of Stange, still side by side for P2. As we've got 5 of them now. Josh Kreider's working his way up into the mix. And man, you see Matthew Wood, he's maybe a little defensive here on the outside. Oh, Stange is in the wall. Matthew Wood might have got some wall there. We're fanning out down the back. Here comes Blackwell with a big run. Gaston maybe help him into turn 3.
Coming down into turn 3 now. The 16, 29 into the wall. And here comes Blackwell. He is going to to claim the lead of this race on lap 6, coming off at turn 4 here as they come down the front straightaway. The 88 is out front, the 16 coming up to his rear bumper and giving him a little bit of bump drive coming down into turn 1 now.
Yeah, giving him the beans down the front straightaways. Matthew Wood right there to the 88 of Blackwell. See Stange working the inside line now, trying to build the momentum. Oh, maybe gets a little tight. Oh, Blackwell, hard wall contact. Now we're going to go 3 wide for the lead. That might have hurt Matthew Wood as well. Here comes Josh Kreider now up to the P2 position. Stange leads the field. Jordan Hand, where did he come from? Flying through the field. I think he started towards the back of the pack up to P3 off of 4.
Oh, Gaston and Blackwell get into it. They're ramming in the back. The 72's around. The 88's involved. Whoa, big contact by the 24. Benjamin Romano's in it. Dallas Seward as well. He had to make a big evasive action there. Underwood's in the grass.
Yeah, it's all unwinding here down the front straightaway off of turn 4. It looked like, oh, Gaston, he's dog tracking. That thing is big time broke here. Oh no, one of your playoff contenders here having a lot of issues early in this race. Yeah, man, that thing, he's got one of those Tokyo sidewinders on that thing right there. He's full dead sideways, dog tracking.
72 flexing his redneck horsepower as he comes around turns 1 and 2. So 72 grabbing a little bit of bad luck here on lap 8 at Michigan. Look how sideways that thing is. He's gonna definitely gonna have to roll out that backup
what the
car.
onboard looks like on him right now. He's trying to hold that thing to the right there.
That's a great point. That is a great point. Let's look, Jay. Let's go on
See
board
how far his wheel is out.
with our Dega Boys cam. Oh yeah, baby. Look at that.
Yeah, he's got this thing dead to the right.
Look, normally the
man.
hands are at 10 and 2, right? Well, now it's at 12 and 6.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back and look at this replay. Let's see what happened here between the 72 and the 88 as they come off of turn 4. The 88 getting up into the wall, getting loose, tagging the 72 as well. Benjamin Romano really nowhere to go here. That's unfortunate for the 24. In fact, let's go on board with the 24. Let's see what happened to him. First-hand experience as he comes off of turn 4.
Oh, yeah. No, you aim for the wreck and maybe you'll miss it. That just was one of those scenarios. Look at Dallas Hayward. Toro lawnmower through the grass. He hangs on to it. Unbelievable right there. There's a lot of angles to inspect on that incident right there. Holy cow.
Yeah, let's see. Dallas chose the really safe route right there. Just luckily for sim racers of the world, we can't really simulate you know, damage to the front splitter on grass. Yeah, you know. But if Jonathan Gaston doesn't take his quick repair, he would be in contention for that redneck horsepower. But he got the quick repair and he's running back out on track here. We're not a quarter of the way through the race yet, so can't really do a redneck horsepower award just yet. But look at this. Chris Stange out front leading this race. Josh Kreider behind him, Jordan Hand, Matthew Wood, and Ryan Rose make up your top 5.
Yeah, what was the starting position there by Jordan Hand? I believe it was 21st, maybe 19th. Yeah, something like that. He's already up to the P3 position. We missed a lot of his passing action so far in this race, but now he's up towards the field. He's going to get a lot of camera time here now, seeking the guys in front of him for the race lead. We got Matthew Wood. Your top 4 playoff contenders. You saw Gaston having a little bit of issues. He's another one of your playoff contenders. You got Jordan Kreider back here. He's in the P10 position. Underwood maybe back here in P12. And then Gaston obviously having those issues. He's back a little ways as well.
Absolutely. We've got 6 of your playoff drivers in the top 10. 6 out of 8. Underwood classified as P12 right now. And let's see, who is that back? Oh, Connolly all the way back here. He is 1 lap down here in the 25, not where he wants to be. Jonathan Gaston also in that playoff hunt, currently P19, but still on the lead lap. And if you see that, Jay, Dallas Seward coming in clutch, giving a membership. Dal Seaweed, you are the absolute man. Will Tingler, welcome to the boys.
Yes. We'll have to update that after the race, but thanks Dallas, and then welcome in Will Tingler to the Bodega Boys Network membership program. We appreciate it.
Yee. All right. Pace truck is off the racing surface. Control to the 29 of Chris Dange as they inch closer to the restart zone. The green flag is out in the air, and the 29 gets a great jump over the rest of the field. As they come across the start-finish line here, the 5 car of Josh Kreider holding strong on the outside as Jordan Hand, he's coming down into turn 1 side by side with Josh Kreider. Josh Kreider getting a little help here by Matthew Wood on the outside coming off of turn 2. They're going to have a lot of momentum coming down the back straightaways. You can already see the 5 truck overtaking the 3 truck coming down into turn 3.
Yeah, down here into turn 3, it looks like Josh Kreider maybe be able to clear Jordan Hand. Now Matthew Wood's going to try and do the same thing. Jordan Hand struggling there on the inside line. Now Matthew Wood with a crossover move here to Josh Kreider. We're side by side for P2. Here comes Matthew Wood. Look at Ryan Rose right there through the middle. Shoot the gap in the 78 truck as we're going across start-finish line. Down here into turn 1, we're still 3 wide.
They were door banging and everything coming down the front straightaway and down into turn 3. They all sorted out 3 wide behind them. As you can see, Nathan Brook over on the outside of that 3 wide situation. Oh, they're all in the wall. The 5's in the wall. The 27's in the wall. They're jockeying for positions up here. Landon Burbage finding himself in the P4 position going down in turn 3. And we got cars on the infield. Are we wrecking? It's Grant Applegate.
Oh, it looks like he might not have any damage. Maybe just one of those nice, gentle spins there in the Gravedigger. We might be all right here with Applegate.
You know, that might be a bad omen, having the Gravedigger paint scheme. I just thought of that. I did.
That is a bold move, Cotton.
All right, let's look at this yellow flag and see what happened to the 57 coming down the back straightaway. Whoa. We're going to have to rewind it here just a little bit more and see what happened. As they come off of turn 2 here. 97 looking to the inside. You can see all the craziness ensuing there. Oh, that was big netcode. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah, it just hooked his truck around. They weren't even close to making contact.
That was huge netcode between these two guys. If we slow it down, I'll tell you guys the point of netcode. Just wait for it. Right there. You can see it. And then there it went.
You could put an 18-wheeler between those trucks, man. That is some netcode if I've ever seen it. Holy cow.
Oh, yeah. So the 57 all the way back down to P19. Still on the lead lap, though, so that works out pretty good for him. William Connolly still the first car, 1 lap down. But he's going to get the lucky dog. He'll be able to get right on by here as we got a couple takers down pit road. Dallas Seward, Jonathan Gaston, Grant Applegate as they come searching for their pit boxes. Look, we do have a stage caution on lap 20, Jay. Is this some strategy heading into that?
Yes, I believe it 100% is some strategy. We're going to go green with probably about 3, maybe 4 laps to go in this stage. I like this. Jonathan Gaston was outside of a position to get stage points anyway. Might as well come down, top it off of fuel, maybe flip the strategy and set yourself up for the end of this race. I like this strategy by him. And the Dallas Seward, obviously not in the playoff contention, maybe an opportunity for him to flip strategy. And then you also saw the 57 coming in to get some new tires after that wild spin down the back straightaway.
Absolutely. So there you have it. That's what's going on right now as we go 100 laps around Michigan. We are on lap 14 at the moment as they're coming down into turn 3. Chris Dange still out front here leading laps. Matthew Wood made his way back up to the P2 position. Ryan Rose, P3. Landon Burbage taking advantage of all that turn 2 mishaps there as we saw just a lot of craziness happening there. I mean, the 88 got into the wall really hard. Let's see his right side. It is, the damage is non-existent for some reason. That's weird, but with that being said, Josh Kreider, I believe, was also in the wall as well coming off of turn 2. There's no damage there as well as as you can see. But Josh, he rounds out your top 5. Nathan Brookover, P6. Jordan Hand, P7. Dylan Carrier, P8. P9 goes with Danny White. And Brian Underwood rounds out your top 10 as we go to the front here. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going green flag racing this time by.
Yes, we're all relined back up here. We're going to get a little short dash to the checkers for, I guess, the stage caution here on lap 20. It'll be a 5-lap shootout. You got some of your playoff guys up here towards the front of the field trying to get these valuable stage points here to persist with this championship fight and this championship battle. Let's see who can get her done. We got your 2 championship contenders here on the front row with Stange and Matthew Wood, and then some other feisty contenders behind them. We got Ryan Rose, Landon Burbridge, both of them seeking a victory here this season. Let's see what they could do here on this restart as we have those lights out, Tom. Like you said, we're going to go green flag racing this time by.
It's about to get good, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we'll see a little bit of desperation for some stage caution points, as it's so valuable to these playoff drivers. These guys absolutely, well, some of them absolutely need some valuable stage points. We will see how that will turn out here very soon as they come off of turn 4. We're going to watch this pace truck come off of the racing surface, give control to Chris Stange. As you can see it now, the pace truck off the racing surface. Chris Stange in control of this restart as they inch closer to the restart zone, itching for that green flag to fly, and it flies. Chris Stange making a huge jump, doing a great job to get himself out front here as Matthew Wood, Ryan Rose duking it out for P2 as they come down into turn 1, side by side. Landon Burbridge trying to help the 16. Not going to happen this time around. Ryan Rose is going to take that P2 position off of turn 2. Look at him go. We're single file now coming down the back straightaway. Chris Stange having to do a little bit of defense here as Ryan Rose sneaks up to his rear bumper down into turn 3.
Oh, yeah, Stange is going to shoot to the bottom. Ryan Rose maybe a little sideways on quarter inch into 3. He's looking to the outside of Stange here, trying to get a big run here off of turn 4. Matthew Wood right behind him. Maybe Matthew Wood can use the push here into the 78 to maybe make a run at the 29 here across the line. We're going to have 4 laps to go in the stage. Who's going to make it happen as we got some bumper business down here into turn 1.
Coming down into turn 1 now, the 29's playing defense here as everybody behind him is grabbing a little bit of draft to be able to get to his rear bumper. But as he comes off of turn 2, he's going to have a little bit more front downforce. No dirty air for the 29 as they come down the back straightaway. The 5 looking to the inside of the 2. The 29, 78, 16 all in a line here as they come down into turn 3.
Yeah, you saw Ryan Rose get a massive shove there by the 16 of Matthew Wood. Did not take it to the bottom here. He's going to try and stay right in the tire tracks of the 29 of Stange. Maybe get a good run here off of turn 4. Here he is looking to the outside. Stange defensive. He wants that inside line. Now Matthew Wood's going to go with Ryan Rose now. We're side by side for the race lead down here into turn 1.
Coming down into turn 1, side by side for the race lead. Chris Stange to the inside. The 78 of Ryan Rose to the outside. Who's going to prevail off of turn 2? It looks like it's going to be the 78. He's going to run that outside lane, and we're going to go 3 wide. That's Matthew Wood to the inside. 3 wide for the race lead going down into turn 3.
Yeah, we're still 3 wide for the race lead. Matthew Wood trying to make it work on the inside Stange in the middle line. But he'll be able to carry the momentum. Get by Ryan Rose. Clear him here off of turn 4. Now does Ryan Rose push Stange right here to maintain the lead? It looks like he's going to stick with him. As Matthew Wood losing some positions down here on the bottom. As now Landon Burbridge is cycling to the front of the field. We got 2 laps to go in this stage down into turn 1.
The 29 still holding strong onto that P1 position. The 78 looks very, very fast, though, as they come off of turn 2. The 78 and 29 has broke away from the second pack there of Landon Burbridge, Matthew Wood. They have gained themselves about a 0.2 of a second gap, but what looks like we're side by side for the lead once again here in turn 3.
Yeah, here in turn 3, it looks like Ryan Rose going to be able to maybe make this pass happen. You're off of turn 4. He is. He's got a clear Stange. Here it is. We're going to get one more lap in this stage. Who's going to get the stage victory? As Stange continues to push the 78 of Ryan Rose down here into turn 1.
Coming down into turn 1 for the final lap in the stage. As they come down here, the 78's going to look a little bit lower than the 29. Stange trying to make something happen here to gain some very valuable points for this stage win. As the 78 is not in the playoffs, the 29 is going to be a little bit hungry here as he comes down into turn 3. He's got to make a move here, Jay.
Yeah, here it is down here into turn 3. This is the chance for the Stage win here. Stage gonna try and make it work on the inside. Drag race with a 78. This is gonna be close. Maybe a photo finish for the Stage win. Stage is gonna take it all the way down to the bottom. Here it is. Who's gonna get it? It's too close to call.
Too close.
Ryan Rose, they tied. Oh my goodness.
Holy cow.
Stage got it. No, I don't know. I think it was Ryan Rose. Holy cow.
Goodness.
Precursor for the end of the race right there.
All right, we're going to have to just slow this down for just a minute here. We got to see who actually crossed the line first here.
I can tell you one thing, Tom. We got better cameras than NASCAR does.
It's Stage!
Stage got it!
Stage
It was
got him!
Stage!
Look at that! Holy cow! Stage got him by, I don't know, 2 feet?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Stage did it.
Wow. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, that was a good finish to a Stage right there. Stage.
Valuable stage points by Stage
Yes.
there. Matthew Wood up there in P4. He's going to get some good stage points. Hand there in P5. Kreider P6. Underwood P7. And those are your playoff contenders in the top 10 for stage points there. So valuable points as this championship battle continues to heat up.
Absolutely. Dylan Carrier also in that P8 position. Noah Blackwell. Excuse me. I'm sorry. That looks to be it, Jay. I mean, we got Chris Stange, Matthew Wood, Jordan Hand, Josh Kreider, Brian Underwood, Dylan Carrier. All within the top 10. So, yeah. There you have it. All right. We're probably going to be seeing some pit stops here. Chris Stange going to be the first one down pit road. Let's see what he can do here. Let's see if he keeps the lead of the race as he does come down pit road now. Everybody and their grandma, I believe, is going to take this opportunity to come down pit road, and that seems to be the case. Last one out right now, Dallas Seward. Is he going to come down pit road? Absolutely not. We're going to watch that Dal Seawee number 83 go straight to the top.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Gaston pitted here as well. I thought maybe he would take that opportunity with the 5-lap shootout with the fresher tires that he put on there before the end of that last caution, but he did decide to come down pit road and match everybody else's strategy here. Looks like Dallas Seward will inherit the lead, but the race off of pit road, Blackwell maybe with 2 tires here. Looks like he's going to win the race off pit road, and it's going to get tight here between Stage and Ryan Rose. Another drag race there. I think Stage did edge him out once again off of pit road.
The 16 had a little bit of issues there coming out of his pit box. I don't know if you saw that, Jay. Let's see what happened once again to the 16. Look, he tries to get on the gas there, maybe stalls it a little bit, and then gets back on the gas there. Misses out to Chris Stange and Ryan Rose battle, but he does come out ahead of Josh Kreider. So he's going to be in that P6 position. Dallas Seward leading the field right now. Dylan Carrier and Noah Blackwell jumping a lot of players here as Chris Stange comes out P4.
Yeah, this is going to get interesting. We got different strategies up here. We got Dallas Seward staying out. I believe Carrier also stayed out. And then we got Blackwell. I believe he's on 2 tires with how quick that pit stop was. And then you got to have Stage back here with Ryan Rose. And then Matthew Wood there in P6. I didn't see him there for a second on track, but now Dylan Carrier is going to elect the pit. So that'll take your front row to Seward and Blackwell on this restart and cycle everybody up a row or a position here in the top 10.
Absolutely. All right, lights are off on the pace truck. We're going green flag racing this time by. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time here tonight, Dallas Seward is going to lead the field to green. Him and Noah Blackwell on the front row. Chris Stange, Ryan Rose make up row 2. Row 3 goes to Matthew Wood and Josh Kreider, Landon Burbridge, and Brian Underwood make up row 4. Row 5 goes to William Connolly and Danny White on the outside there. But, all right, Jay, we've got the stage caution out of our way. We are a quarter of the way through the race. And what did we learn?
We learned that these boys are aggressive tonight. We learned that you can make that inside line work with a pass. We've seen a lot of bump drafting, a lot of big aggressive pushes. I don't really know where you could defend here tonight.
That's
you
right.
just got to time it right. So I think that's what it's all going to come down to, is timing these runs and being able to make it work on the inside outside, and then have to play a little bit of defense again. It's going to be a little bit of cat and mouse for the end of this race.
I've also learned that turn 2 wall is probably going to get more hits than Osama bin Laden. Because, as you guys saw on track there, that turn 2 wall is kind of a magnet. Alright, coming off of turn 4, though, we see the pace truck coming off the racing surface. Dallas Seward going to be leading this field to green as he inches closer to the restart zone. The 83 takes the green flag and gets an awesome restart here as he gets way ahead of Noah Blackwell. Chris Stange follows him through, and he is clear in second as Stange holds behind the 83. No, he's going to dive it down to the inside. Dallas Seward letting him take the inside as they come off of turn 2 and looking down the back straightaway. Here comes Matthew Wood now in that P3 position as he gets hooked up with Noah Blackwell down the back straightaway. Dallas Seward and Chris Stange working together down into turn 3.
Yeah, that was a great move there by Stange to retake the lead. We saw Dallas work with him. I wonder if we'll see that at all tonight if two cars decide to link up and try to check out from the field. But here it is, 3 wide off of turn number 4. Ryan Rose looking to the inside. He's not going to make it happen. Thinks better of it. But Matthew Wood up to P2, right to the rear bumper stage down here into turn 1.
Coming down into turn 1 now, Matthew Wood on the outside here as he's looking to overtake the 29 off of turn 2. Is he going to be able to make it happen? It doesn't look like it. He's going to get a little bit of arrow push. Dallas Seward gets a little sideways there. Oh, he gets sideways once again down the back straightaway, but he holds it straight. 3 wide back there as we got a battle for the lead going down into turn 3.
Yeah, down here into turn 3, you see Stange take it all the way down to the bottom. Maybe a little defensive here. Is Matthew Wood going to try and set up a run here? Off of turn 4, he's going to get right into the tire tracks of Stange. Stange being defensive. Going to maybe take it a lane lower. Now Matthew Wood looking to the outside. We're going to be side by side headed for turn 1.
Coming down into turn 1, still side by side for the race lead as the 16, Wood on the outside, the 29 is Stange to the inside, the 29 holding strong on that yellow line. Oh, he goes right for the 16, a crossover down the back straightaway. We're side by side as they're hitting the wall in the back, down the back straightaway and down into turn 3.
Yeah, side by side down here into turn 3. Now Matthew Wood's going to have that inside position. Can he clear Stange here? It looks like he will. Unbelievable move there by Matthew Wood as he's going to take the lead here on lap 27, completing lap 27 now as we got Ryan Rose lurking and we got a line formed on the outside here headed for turn 1.
Yeah, that's Josh Kreider. He's got a whole line working with him as they all roll down into turn 1. Ryan Rose right in front of him. The 5 truck has his sights set on that as Chris Stange looking to make that overtake again on the front lead pack car. Oh, we got more happenings in the back there. Looks like Jordan Hand in the wall back there as everybody does keep it straight. Now the 5 truck looking to go to the inside, or the 3 truck, excuse me, looking at the inside. Oh, the 97's loose. Oh, Noah Blackwell, he's loose. Is that Noah Blackwell? No, I'm sorry, that's Dylan Carrier. Man, these guys are just freaking crazy right now as they're coming across the track here. Oh, Noah Blackwell goes to block the 79 down the front straightaway. As we go back to the front here, Chris Stange has not made a lot of progress on the car in front.
Yes, Matthew Wood up to the outside. Now Stange looking to the inside here off of turn 2. He's going to get there. He's going to stay with the corner panel here, the 16 of Matthew Wood. Oh, we got a wreck in the back. Danny White aimed for the infield wall. Oh, and he makes big contact, pancakes the Jack Daniels machine here on lap 29.
Yeah, he does. That was big damage there. 4th caution of the night here on lap 29. Let's see what happened to the 79 here. As we roll on down the back straightaway. Oh, maybe a little bit of contact there with the 25. Some decent contact there on the right side of that number 79. As you can tell, maybe he's a little frustrated there, trying to get that thing back straight. But, do we see any differing strategies? Now, it is just a little over quarter of the race. Maybe a little bit of differing strategies to show up here. Dallas Seward, though, let's take a look at this real quick, Jay. Dallas Seward in that P13 position after starting the last restart on lap 27, 26, something like that. He's all the way back to P13 now. So that's how much new tires mean here.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see any differing strategies here, Tom. I mean, we're only a few laps since the yellow. I don't think you could make it to the end from here anyways. I mean, I don't see a whole lot of opportunity for strategy. I mean, maybe you try something a little different, maybe top it off with fuel if you're towards the back of the pack, but I don't see a lot of your leaders heading down pit road here. This track position is going to be so valuable here tonight as we see, like I said, there it is, the back half of the top 10 heading down pit road, led by the Gravedigger of Applegate with Dallas Seward. I believe that was also the 69 of Jordan Kreider heading down pit road.
Yep, Jordan Kreider down pit road, Melvin Berenger, Jonathan Gaston, Danny White, all down pit road at the moment here. As they all are either coming to get some more fuel, get some crash damage repair. As we still truck around the racetrack here. Jay, it's a little bit past quarter way here. Let's hand out a Redneck Horsepower Award. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we should. I don't know who's going to be a contender for this one. I think I saw maybe a little bit of right side damage on a couple trucks, but I think that's where we're going to have to look here for this one, Tom.
All right, let's see here. Look, the top 5 is clean. Landon Burbridge, he's looking pretty clean. I can't really get a good shot of the outside here. Well, maybe we ought to wait to the front straightaway here so we get a nice clean right side, as everybody's left side is pretty clean here. And the rear ends of these vehicles, Applegate, pretty clean here. Melvin Berenger, I mean, most of these guys, all these guys are pretty clean. Let's see. 72's got some right door damage. Danny White has some rear end damage. I mean, right now, Danny White's leading that, but let's go real quick back through the field here as we look for some right side damage. I mean, it's slim pickings out here, boys. It's slim pickings. All right, 29's clean. Ryan Rhodes
Maybe
clean.
the 27 of Brookover might have some right-hand damage here. Unless he got that repaired on that last caution here. No,
Yeah,
he
it
did get it repaired.
74 had some right side damage. Let's see.
19
Berenger.
looks like he has some, yep.
Kreider's clean. Jonathan Gaston. I think Danny White wins it. He's got that rear spoiler all messed up. The rear bumper's all messed up. Let's check the right side here real quick. I mean, he's definitely going to have some right side damage here. Oh, yeah. All right. Danny White, the recipient of the first Redneck Horsepower Award here at Michigan. There you have it.
Prestigious award, by the way.
Prestigious.
I mean, you
absolutely.
definitely want to be on that. The classification, we cleared this up. We figured this out on the last broadcast we did. They have to have some damage, and you have to still be running on track. That is how you classify into this award here. So that right there will classify Danny White. Is he still rolling around the track with a little bit of damage?
I love it. I love it. All right. Congratulations to the 79 as he gets the coveted Dega Boys Redneck Horsepower Award for the first quarter of this race. So go back up to the front here. Lights are off on the pace truck. We're about to go green flag racing as the 16 holds the lead of this race. He's going to inch closer to the restart zone to grab the green flag here tonight at Michigan. The green flag is out in the air. Oh, we got a little bit of a pile up back there between the 2 and the 5 as the 29 maybe had a little bit of a slow jump there for the restart as the 78 now is getting a little bit of a side draft here going down into turn 1. We're still side by side for the lead here. Matthew Wood, Chris Stange, they're exchanging the first place here as they come off of turn 2. We're going to watch them come down the back straightaway as Chris Stange is barely irking ahead here. He is getting help from the 78 now as they go down into turn 3.
Yeah, down here into turn 3. It looks like Stange is going to get ahead. Oh, we got a wreck. Oh, Jordan hands around. Big wreck. Playoff contenders involved. Oh, we're going to stay green. We're still green. Holy cow. But big damage to the 3 of Jordan and the 54 of Dylan Carrier also involved. Big race-changing moments, championship-changing moments, as I believe the 54 now could be a contender for Redneck Horsepower.
2 of your playoff drivers involved in a wreck without a caution, as we're still side by side for the lead of this race off of turn 2. That's Matthew Wood. Chris Stage going at it here once again as they go down the back straightaway. The 29's getting help from the 78. The 16 all by him lonesome down on the bottom as they go down into turn 3. The 29 on the outside, the 16 to the inside as they come off at turn 4 and down the front straightaway.
Yeah, here it is, still a battle for the lead. All the help to the outside with Stage, but Matthew Wood still hanging with him. Still side by side for the race lead. Ryan Rose, does he push the 29 back out in front of the field? Down here into turn 1, we're still side by side. Matthew Wood doing Iron Man things here off of turn 2.
As they come off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway, Matthew Wood still hanging strong on the outside there. The 88 into the outside wall off of turn 2. Coming down the back straightaway and down into turn 3. The 29 clears the 16 as he goes down into turn 3. They're still battling out here for the P2 position as Ryan Rose is looking as the 16 gets underneath the 29 once again down the front straightaway.
Yeah, we're still side by side for the race lead. Matthew Wood is absolutely working this inside line, making it happen here tonight. It's Ryan Rose, gets right to the bumper of Stage. He's gonna push him down here into turn 1. Stage gonna take it to the bottom. Little defensive action here as Ryan Rose is trying to get around the outside of Matthew Wood.
Coming down off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway, Caden Gargiulo had a moment in turns 1 and 2. He holds it straight, but coming down the back straightaway now, Chris Stange holding strong on that P1 position as Matthew Wood continues to lose more positions here as they go through 3 and 4. He's side by side now with Brian Underwood on the outside. Oh, he's going to shut the door on him. He does! Off of turn 4, the 16 squeezes his way through into that P3 position.
Yeah, Ryan Rose now up to P3. We got 4 of them. Nose to tail is now Underwood. Maybe looking to the inside of 1. We got Underwood down here into turn 1. We're side by side for the P3 position. Here goes Underwood trying to make a move on Ryan Rose now for that P2 position. Oh, is Matthew Wood real close to the wall, sideways off a 2.
He does not make wall contact there. What a move by the 16 to keep his truck clean. But coming down into turn 3 now, Ryan Rose holding strong in that P2 position as the 77 and 16 all over his rear bumper as they come off at turn 4. They're looking down the very long front straightaway to try to make a move here. The 77 glued to the rear end of the 78 as they try to push forward to get to the 29 car, digging down here into turn 1.
Yeah, we're still nose to tail, pushing for all we're worth. Is now Underwood gonna shoot to the bottom of Ryan Rose now for P2. Ryan Rose maybe a little defensive, maybe take a line away here, but now Matthew Wood trying to get to the outside of Underwood now. We're side by side again for P3 as we head down here into turn 3.
Into turn 3, Chris Stange still out front here as the 77 once again looks to the inside of the 78. Maybe 3 wide off of turn 4. Not gonna happen here this time, but as they do come off of turn 4, the 78 gets a little loose. The 77 gets a little tight. They're working together once again. The 16 on the outside of the 77. They're all pushing out to the wall here through the front straightaway, but down into turn 1, it's still Chris Stange out front.
Yeah, Stange continues to lead. Down here into turn 1 is now we see Ryan Rose working this outside line, trying to get the help here behind him with Matthew Wood. Matthew Wood's so close to the wall again off of turn 2. He's going to continue to push the 78 down the back straightaway. Maybe the 77 not with the support he needs. He's going to go back to the outside right behind Matthew Wood. Is now we got 6 guys under a blanket now as we see Blackwell and Burbridge closing into this battle.
Absolutely, that is your top 6 at the moment. Caden Gargiulo in the P7 position. He is 2 seconds behind this lead pack. As you can see, the strung out cars they're trying to get together to get back to the front pack that is led by Chris Stange. Down into turn 1 now, the 29 using a different line than the 78, but as they come off of turn 2, they're all going to get back into a line once again down the back straightaway and work together as they try to create a bigger gap between themselves and Caden Gargiulo in P7.
Yeah, this is what I was waiting for all night long, to see if a bunch of these guys could get together and maybe check out on the rest of the field. Oh, Ryan Rose, sideways, missed the bottom. Oh, he's still going to hang on to it and hold on to that P2 position.
Wow.
Unbelievable moment there for the 78. He's going to hold on to P2. Now Matthew Wood's going to shove him down here into turn 1.
What a save by the 78. Oh, look, he's looking to the inside of Chris Stange now for the race lead. As they come through turns 1 and 2, the 78 almost clears the 29. Oh, they're having a lift here a little bit. They got tight off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. We're having a classic drag race for the lead of this race as they come on down into turn 3.
Yeah, down here into turn 3, it looks like the 77 of Underwood is going to stick to the rear bumper of the 78 of Rose. Rose is going to try and make the move here. Can he clear stage off of turn 4? It looks like he might be able to do it. He does. He's going to take the lead of the race. Underwood working the bottom. Stage is going to push Ryan Rose now. We got 3 of them on the outside. Underwood down on the bottom. He's trying to make it happen down here into turn 1.
The 29 helping the 78 now coming down into turn 1. He's going to give him a little bit of that bumper business, but the 77 looking underneath Chris Stage now. Is Stage ripping the billboards on the outside here. He's going to try to get back to the 78. He lost a lot of time there in turns 1 and 2, but coming down the back straightaway, he's going to get that draft. He's going to get the help from the 16 to go ahead and get to the rear bumper of the 78 into turn 3.
Yeah, Stage shoots right back down to the bottom. Ryan Rose maybe leave a little bit of bottom open, but Stage not gonna be able to make it happen. Maybe a little tight here off of turn 4. We're side by side again between Matthew Wood and Brian Underwood. Still side by side for that P3 position. Stage lurking right here on the rear bumper of the 78 as he's gonna play defensive down here to turn 1 and maintain the lead.
Coming down into turn 1 now, the 29 cuts off the 77. He's ripping the bottom now as he goes to the yellow line. Ryan Rose still on the outside now, coming down the back straightaway as Chris Stage tries to use a little bit of that side draft to try and slow down the 78 as they come down the back straightaway and down into turn 3.
Yeah, down here into turn 3, we're going to see Stage maybe be able to make this bottom line work. Ryan Rose maybe a little squirrely there in the middle of 3 and 4. It's going to be a little bit of a drag race again between these two. These boys have been racing for the race lead all night long, and here it is, a little bit of a drag race. Ryan Rose is going to lead that lap by a nose as now Underwood shoots to the bottom. 3 wide action down here into turn 1. Brian Underwood trying to make it happen. It looks like he's going to clear him off of turn 2.
Wow, look at Underwood from P3 to leading sideways, and everybody's got to check up, but they keep it straight. Underwood still out front here as Matthew Wood now lurking to the inside. Burbage giving him some help here. Down into turn 3, we're side by side for the lead. Wood on the inside, Underwood on the outside as they continue to duke it out for the lead here. It looks like this 16's going to take it off at turn 4. We're 3 wide for P2 across the line.
Yeah, Stain's going to shoot to the middle of the racetrack now as Underwood slipping up there on the outside, maybe losing some momentum. Now we're going to see Burbage. He's going to try the inside line down here into turn 1. He's going to try and go for the lead. Stain just ripping the boards up here through 1 and 2. Ryan Rose lurking. This is a great battle for the lead down the back.
Down the back straightaway now, the 29's got the run. He's going to look down to the inside. A little bit of a protective cover there by the 16. It's not going to be enough, but the 29, he's going to shoot it deep. Down here into turn 3, he already clears the 16 through 3 and 4. The 16 gets loose. He gets loose the 29. He's going to claim the lead now. Off of turn 4, the 29 of Chris Stange back out front here. Oh, a little bit of door banging there. Ryan Rose and Landon Burbage as they come across the line and down into turn 1.
Yeah, down here into turn 1, Burbage going to take it back to the bottom. He's the only one down there right now. Stage, he was protecting the outside. Now he's going to shoot to the bottom. Maybe protect the inside. Side by side for P2. Burbage is in the mix. Oh, Ryan Rose sideways off a 2. He's going to hang on to it. Maybe push the 16 here as Chris Stage doing a phenomenal job controlling the lead down here into turn 3.
Coming down into turn 3, it looks like Chris Stange going to rip the bottom here as the 16 is going to go to the middle of the track. He's going to try to hold that position and also try to block the 78 as he's side by side with Landon Burbage. Now the 29 going all the way down to the white line here on the front straightaway and trying to break the draft behind him. The 16 of Matthew Wood still lurking in his tracks coming down into turn 1. He's to his rear bumper.
Yeah, right there to the rear bumper. Now we got Ryan Rose, Landon Burbage on the inside. Now Matthew Wood with a pretty good run here off of turn 2. He's going to shoot to the bottom of Stage. Oh, Stage is playing defensive. Matthew Wood still wants that inside line. Still committed. Side-by-side action down here into turn 3. Oh, maybe close to door banging. But it looks like the 16 of Matthew Wood with a full send moment might be able to clear Stage off of 4.
Coming off of 4 now, the 16 clears the 29 as they come off of turn 4, the 16 back to the lead. Matthew Wood is now coming under attack by the 29 of Chris Stage. Look at the run he got. He's back to the front. The 29 looking it for P1 down into turn 1, and he takes it. He clears the 16. Here comes Ryan Rose to the inside of Matthew Wood now as they all come off of turn 2. Nice and straight. No caution, or I'm sorry, no action to the outside. Maybe a little bit of wall rubbing there as they come down the back straightaway and down into turn 3.
Yeah, Stange's truck is so strong here tonight. Every time he gets past, he makes a move right back for the race lead. Unrelenting is the gambling man here off of turn 4. Look at this 3 wide action. action. Ryan Rose ripping the yellow line right down there against the apron. As now we're going to see Underwood to go to the bottom of Matthew Wood now, here for the P2 position. No, he's going to fill back in line, trying to push the 16 down here into turn 1.
Coming down into turn 1 now, the 29 still holding strong out front. Matthew Wood in his tracks as the 77 ripping the outside here. Maybe a little bit more momentum he can gain to grab a little bit of a draft by the 16 and look to the inside as they're all coming down the back straightaway. The 17 looks to the inside. He's going to go down into turn 3 side by side for P2. He's going to look to overtake Wood here as Underwood is Underwood off of turn 4 here. They're still side by side for the second place of this race.
Yeah, here it is. The 77 under the 16 here across start finish line. Battle for the P2 position. It looks like Matthew Wood's going to hold that P2 position across the line. Down here into turn 1. Underwood going to try and make this inside line work as they are ganged up on the outside, trying to make it happen as well. Oh, look at Matthew Wood with a massive corner through 1 and 2. He's going to hang on to that P2 position. Oh, Burbage is in the wall off of 2.
Off of 2, the 2 truck of Landon Burbage. He's going to lose a little bit of time here to Ryan Rose now as they all come down into turn 3. Matthew Wood not being able to take any action against Chris Stange as they go through 3 and 4, but Underwood now, he is looking to the outside of the 16. Is the 16 coming down pit road? He is! Here it comes! Here is Pit Cycles! Matthew Wood! Noah Blackwell coming down pit road!
The undercut here at the halfway mark of this race, and now it's going to bring Matthew Wood and Noah Blackwell down pit road. That's going to hold the lead here to Chris Stange, Ryan Underwood, Ryan Rose, Landon Burbage. Do they copy this strategy? Do they pit early? We don't know what that gambling man's going to do tonight, but he's going to maybe make a pit stop this time by it. He's going to the inside, maybe defensive down here into turn 3. Is Underwood ripping the boards?
All right, coming down into turn 3. Let's see what the 29 does in response to the pits made by Matthew Wood. It looks like the 29 is going to come down pit road. He is. Here comes Ryan Rose. Here comes Landon Burbage. Brian Underwood stays out here. Let's see if William Connolly or anybody else coming down. Caden Gargiulo coming down pit road. Anybody else? We got Josh Kreider coming down pit road now.
Yeah, Kreider with lockup there on pit entry. Got a little sideways. He gets it loaded up. Jaden Porter down pit road now in the 74, but here it is. This is going to be interesting to see where these guys all blend back out on the racetrack as Ryan Rose, Chris Stange hitting their pit boxes now. We'll see where Matthew Wood and them cycle together here with that undercut by Matthew Wood and Noah Blackwell.
All right, let's go ahead and turn on the track map here. P17 is what we are worried about as they're coming off of pit road now. Here comes Matthew Wood to try and jump these guys. Brian Underwood coming down pit road at the moment. Let's see where Matthew Wood comes out. You can see it right there. There's Ryan Rose. There's Chris Stange. He makes the undercut work as Brian Underwood and Melvin Berenger down pit road at the moment. The happenings are happening. The undercut worked. Here comes Matthew Wood as provisional leader at the moment, as William Connolly leading this race with Grant Applegate in that P2 position.
Yeah, more of what we've seen all season long with Matthew Wood taking the undercut and putting it to his advantage. But here it is, Connolly maybe looking to pit road this time. Here he comes as Gaden Gargiulo, Carrier are going to go around on the outside, and that'll bring down another playoff contender at a pit road as we're seeing everything blend back out. Applegate, Kreider, Gaston, Seward. Those are the guys remaining on track that haven't pitted. Robbins up there in the P5 position as we see Brooke overhead for pit lane.
Danny White down pit road as well. Grant Applegate now the leader of this race as he comes off at turn 2 in the 57. You can see the 5 car right there. That's Josh Kreider. He's unlapping himself the old-fashioned way. As they come on down into turn 3, I expect that 5 car to just truck on by the 57 as he is working with those old tires. Let's see what he does here off of turn 4. Looks like he's going to stay out. Jonathan Gaston, is he going to stay out? Yes, he is. Jordan Kreider as well. Dallas Seward staying out. Farrell Robbins going to stay out here. And then it's Matthew Wood, who's off of turn 2 right now. And there's the gap, excuse me, to second place.
Yeah, we'll see if maybe Chris Stange can get linked up here with Ryan Rose. If they can work together here, they might be able to run back down that 16 and get back in the mix for the lead. It's going to be interesting as these next few laps progress and we get some laps on these tires. If they can do that, if they can make that happen, is Stange trying to get a good run here off of turn 4. Try to close this gap back down to Ryan Rose as they've got maybe 2-second gap behind your race leader or your relative race leader. Oh, do we have a mistake by your contender in the playoffs, Brian Underwood? Back down pit lane. Oh no, catastrophe.
It is. This is huge for his playoff implications here as he comes down pit road once again. I believe he's going to do a drive-through here. Maybe a little bit of speeding by the 77. It absolutely is. The 77 now 1 lap down here at Michigan. Unbelievable as we go back to the leader of this race. That's Grant Applegate. You can see Landon Burbage behind him. He's going to get his lap back the old-fashioned way as well. Jordan Kreider and the 72 of Gaston. That's for P2 and P3 as they come through turns 3 and 4. They're going to stay out once again. Same with Applegate. Let's see what Dallas Seward does. He stays out. Farrell Robbins, here he comes. The 4 truck comes in for his pit service now.
Yeah, so that will leave 4 trucks remaining on the track that haven't made a pit stop from Applegate, Gaston, Kreider, and Seward. We see these guys have been off strategy all night long, pitting on different cautions when your leaders weren't, so maybe they can go just a little bit longer on fuel, maybe catch that all-important caution that would cycle them back into contention here in the top 10. This is a great strategy. I like it. Do something different here, especially for Kreider and Gaston, who are in playoff contention. They got to throw a little bit of a Hail Mary here tonight at Michigan. They're going to get back in contention in this race.
All right, Jay, right now what we are seeing is that Matthew Wood is a second and a half faster than these leaders right now. That's how much tires mean here at Michigan as we see a side-by-side battle here for P2 at the moment. The 72 to the outside of the 69 as they come off of turn 2. This might be a little suggestion maybe to already come down pit road possibly and get some new tires for these guys because Matthew Wood is coming with a head of steam.
Yes, we're still side by side for the P2 position at the moment. Looks like Jordan Kreider, he's going to make that move on Gaston as maybe Gaston heading down pit road. Here it is. Gaston's going to head for pit road service. We see Applegate as well. That's going to cycle the lead to Jordan Kreider now in the 69. Dallas Seward, your last one remaining without a pit stop right now through this cycle as he holds on to that P2 position. You see a lot of these faster trucks on fresher tires going by.
Absolutely. So you guys can already see the strategies being played out here. Like what we said, a second and a half faster. Well, last time by, it was, well, second and a half, second and 6/10 faster Matthew Wood was than your front 2 drivers of Dallas Seward and Jordan Kreider. Let's see if Kreider comes down pit road. It looks like he is. Yes, he is. He's going to come down pit road. Dallas Seward down pit road now as well. We're going to see the full cycle here. Oh, Dallas gets real sideways there. He gets it slowed down, though. He is good to go. Hopefully no speeding penalty for him. But here is the 16 of Matthew Wood now coming off of turn 4. He's easily going to overtake these guys coming down pit road. He's going to cycle himself now to the front.
Yeah, here it is. Matthew Wood retakes the lead, but I believe right behind him, Ryan Rose and Chris Stange have got linked together. This is it. This is what they need to do. Work together to run back down the 16, push each other down the straightaways, stay out of each other's wake here down into the corners. Don't get any of that arrow push situation. Here it is off of turn 2. We're going to see the run that Stange gets right up to the bumper of the 78 as they're continuing to work together. Can they run down Matthew Wood? Is there a second behind now? Can they close this gap?
Last time by, a 10th and a half quicker for these 2 trucks over Matthew Wood, so they are catching him here relatively decent as they are a second behind Wood at the moment as they're coming down the front straightaway now. Ryan Rose trying to grab any draft that he can from the 16 as they cross the start-finish line this time by. It's a 10th and a half quicker again that these guys were than Matthew Wood through turns 1 and 2. This is your closest battle on track. Ryan Rose, Chris Stange at the moment. As real quick here, Dylan Carrier down pit road. He may have had some more issues here for a playoff driver.
Yeah, some more issues here for Dylan Carrier. We're going to see what he could do as this race progresses, but not what you need at this moment in this juncture of the race here. As he's headed for his pit box. Oh, man, that was real slideways there. Oh, is a stop and go penalty maybe. Oh, no, he missed his box.
Oh, my goodness.
He's still missing his box. It's falling apart here for Carrier.
All right, Carrier now getting serviced on pit road here, getting some right sides, getting some left sides on. We'll go back to the front here. Ryan Rose already took 4/10 off of that lead. Last time by, they were 3/10 of a second quicker than Matthew Wood, Ryan Rose, Chris Stange working together here to get back to the front. Coming down into turn 3 now.
Yeah, a little bit of gamesmanship here between Stange and Rose working together. Co-opetition, isn't that what old DW would have said? Here it is, working together here off of turn 4. But now Stange maybe wants to get to the front of the 78 here. Maybe thinks that he could be a better lead car here and have the 78 push him. Still side by side for P2 down here into turn 1. Look at this 29 of Stange making it work on the bottom. He's gonna clear Ryan Rose.
He's coming off of turn 2 now. Maybe the 78 can help a little bit with getting to the rear bumper of the 16. Or maybe they're just grabbing a little bit of draft now by the 16 coming down the straightaways. The 29 might be a little bit quicker here. Maybe saved a little bit more tire than the 78 at the beginning part of this run. As they come through turns 3 and 4, the 78 might be looking to the inside of the 29 now, as they might be battling here. The 78, no, he's going to slide right back behind the 29 as they cross the start-finish line. Matthew Wood now coming into the clutches of the 29 and 78 as they stroll on down into turn 1.
Yeah, they've cut it down to about a car length now. They are there. They've got a chance to make a move here on Matthew Wood. Matthew Wood, you know, he's seeing these guys get bigger in that rear view mirror. As now we're going to see the 78 of Ryan Rose maybe push the 29 to Stange here. Stange is in the draft to the 16 now. Can they make something happen? Is Stange going to shoot down to the bottom here? He's going to try and use this momentum that he has to get by the 16. You're off of turn 4, get right up to the bumper of the 16.
Looks like 16 got a little loose there as we're on board with Ryan Rose. He got a little bit of gap between himself and Chris Stange as they come across the start-finish line. The 29 maybe looking to the outside, maybe looking to the inside here into turn 1. Does the 16 block? No, he doesn't. He gives them the open lane to the inside as they come through turns 1 and 2. Ryan Rose getting a little bit of a run here, a little loose as they come off at turn 2. Here comes Ryan Rose to the rear bumper of Stange now as they dive on down into turn 3.
Yeah, Ryan Rose gives a big shot there to Stange. Stange gonna be able to use this momentum. He's gonna shoot to the inside. We got a battle for the lead. Stange v. Wood again here off of turn 4. Can Stange get to the side quarter panel of the 16? Oh, he's sideways. Sideways off of 4. Here it is. Ryan Rose gonna stick to the 29. They've been working together so well. He's gonna try and push it. We're side by side for the lead into 1.
Coming down into 1 now, still side by side with the 16 and 29. The 16 relents. The lead goes to Chris Stange now as the 78 and the 16 go side by side for P2 off of turn 2. They're gonna drag race it out here down the back straightaway. Ryan Rose might be giving the 29 a little bit of a challenge here as they come on down into turn 3. There's the 78. He's to the inside of the 29 now, going down into turn 3, and we're still side by side for the lead of this race. As they come off of turn 4, we're gonna watch to see if the 29 has a little bit of a run. Oh, he does a huge crossover here. Look at the 29 to the inside across the start-finish line.
He is relentless tonight as the gambling man back to the inside of Ryan Rose. We completed the 2/3 mark of this race, and it's only heating up for the race lead. We got 3 of these boys racing for it. As Stange is going to get right back around Ryan Rose here over turn 2. And hold on to that lead now is Ryan Rose. Oh, maybe some wall contact there by the 16 or the 78. As we're going to stay in the single file line down the back straightaway. Does Ryan Rose shoot to the bottom? No, he's going to stay committed to the rear bumper here of the 29. As Matthew Wood is now ripping the outside line.
Coming now off of turn 4, the 29, the 78, the 16, all in a line here as the 29 tries to break a little bit of draft as they come across the line. The 78 is looking to the outside. The 16 helping the 78 as they now come on down into turn 1. The 29 is going to try to go all the way down to the bottom here and rip that yellow line as the 78 and the 16. Holy cow, are we 3 wide for the lead here? No, the 16 loses out there for P2 as the 78 holds on. He's going to look to the inside now, looking down to go into turn 3.
Yeah, Ryan Rose wants to get to the lead of this race, and here he is to the inside in turns 3 and 4. Can he make it happen? No, here comes Stange fighting back on the outside. Wheel to wheel, side-by-side action here off of turn 4. As we got the 78 of Rose trying to play maybe a little defensive, but Stange just side-drafted him, trying to get back to the lead. He's got that outside preferred line. Where does Matthew Wood go with this run? Does he push the 78? Does he push the 29 down into 1? It looks like he's going to stay to the outside. Maybe 3 wide action. Here comes Matthew Wood ripping the boards through 1 and 2. 2.
Coming off of turn 2 now. Oh, the 78 gets real loose. The 29 gets real loose. The 16, he's going to get a little bit of a run, but he hit the wall off of turn 2. Coming down the back straightaway now. Ryan Rose is really going to lose out here as he's going to stick behind the 16 going down into turn 3. The 16, again, looking to the outside as the 29 rolling a lane lower than the 16 off of turn 4. The 16 gets more sideways as they come down the front straightaway here. Chris Stange to complete lap 69 and on lap 70 now. Coming down into turn 1. Here comes Matthew Wood to the inside.
Oh, Matthew Wood to the inside, trying to get right there to the door of the 29, carry the momentum to the inside. Can he make it happen? Stage still working the outside. Your 3 best trucks all night long. Here they are battling with 31 laps to go here at Michigan. His Stage, he's maybe looking back to the inside down here in a turn 3. He wants to retake the lead. Relentless tonight is the gambling man as he sends it into turn 3.
Stange still to the inside here as the 16 rips the boards. He's going to get a big old run here coming down the front straightaway. Can he make it happen? He's gaining a lot of time on the 29 down the front straightaway, but is it going to be enough time? No, it's not. The 29's going to hold on to that P1 position now going down into turn 1. He's still going to rip that inside line as the 16 moves down a lane now through turns 1 and 2. He's going to come off of turn 2 still at about a 2/10 of a second gap between himself. He makes a brush with the outside wall there, but Matthew Wood with a huge run. He's coming up to the rear bumper of the 29 coming down into turn 3.
Yeah, Matthew Wood got right up to the bumper of the 29 of Stange. Now he's going to go up to the outside line. Stange right there, defensive move there into 3, not allowing the 16 to get to the outside or develop a run, as we're still nose to tail here. 1 through 3 is maybe building a little bit of gap on Ryan Rose here. This is some great action between these playoff contenders, the championship contenders. Chris Stange, Matthew Wood putting the fight on here at Michigan as they both rotate to the outside. Ryan Rose rotates to the outside. It's going to be a big run here off of turn 2.
Coming off of turn 2 now, the 16 all the way up to the rear bumper of Stange. The 78 not being able to hold the rear bumper of the 16 through the corners here as they dive on down into turn 3. The 29 once again all the way down to the bottom. Matthew Wood taking the middle lane. Ryan Rose ripping the boards here through 3 and 4. But as they come off of 4, Chris Stange still able to hold on to the lead here with a 3/10 of a second gap off of turn 4. You can see Wood and Rose now working together here on the front straightaway to get back to the rear bumper of Stange as they come on down into turn 1. 2/10 of a second was made up there. A little bit of bumper business here maybe as the 16 gets to the rear bumper of the 29, but coming off of turn 2, the 29 still holds on to the lead.
Yes, Chris Stange still holding on to the lead, but now Matthew Wood looking to the inside down the back straightaway. Here he comes. He's going to try and make a move. Send it in on the inside. Stange going to stay committed to the outside line. Matthew Wood retakes the lead here into turn 3. Does Stange build enough of a momentum or enough of a run here off of 4 to re-challenge the 16? Maybe a little squirrely there by the 16, but here comes Stange right to the rear bumper of the 16. Going to give him maybe a shove. No, he looks to the outside. Here comes Stange to the outside into turn 1.
Coming down into turn 1 now, the 29 on the outside of the 16. Matthew Wood having a completely dominant season. Stange trying to turn that around with 1 win at Vegas, and he's going to try to put his name on the winner's block here at Michigan as they come down the back straightaway. The 29 still all over the rear bumper of the 16. Is he going to look coming down into turn 3? He is. The 29 taking a lane lower than the 16 here, but the 16's trying to grab that air away from the front nose of the 29. The 29 gets tight off of turn 4, but he holds it. He's going to look back to the inside here. He's going to need help by Ryan Rose to get back around the 16 as they cross the start-finish line. We're on lap 75 of 100 here at Michigan.
Yeah, we're closing in on the final quarter of this race. Can these boys make it to the end on fuel? I guess that would be your biggest question here. Do we see one more round of pit stops? Oh, Ryan Rose sideways off of 2. He's going to hang on to it. Stange fighting back on the inside again. He is just absolutely does not want to give this lead up to Matthew Wood here. He's going to send it in on the bottom and retake the lead again here at turn 3. We're just swapping the lead between these boys. Oh, his Stange. Go, Matthew Wood got to go. Oh, Stange is going to undercut. Oh, Matthew Wood, he's going to do the same. What a move by the Iron Man.
Wow. What an absolute Superman move there by the 16 to get around the 29 coming down pit road. Unbelievable. Noah Blackwell, he is coming down pit road. Grant Applegate? Look at this. He was like P-frickin' 5 the whole time there with that off pit strategy. He is looking phenomenal right now in that 57 car, and Dallas Seward here as well. We got a lot of takers down pit road. Jonathan Gaston, William Connolly, Danny White, all coming down pit road as well. Right now, your leader is Grant Applegate. Dallas Seward is in that P2 position. Landon Burbridge, Jordan Kreider, Cannon Gargiulo, and Josh Kreider battling it out for that P5 position.
Yeah, everything's cycling through here on the money stop, which could potentially be the final stop of the day for your race leaders. It's going to be interesting to see how all this blends back out. It looks like now we see Stange on pit exit. Is he behind Matthew Wood?
Yeah,
Ryan Rose! Ryan Rose leaps Matthew Wood and Stange. Ryan Rose to the lead now down the back, or relative lead.
Chris had a horrible pit stop there. I wonder what happened there to the 29. He's going to lose the draft and everything as these guys come off of turn 4. We got a couple more people coming down pit road. Jaden Porter, Brian Underwood, Jordan Hand, Caden Gargiulo. Gargiulo already getting the right sides on that machine as Ryan Rose, Matthew Wood, Chris Stange already passed him. Man, this is horrible for Chris Stange. He's going to lose the draft. He's going to need a little bit of help here. But Noah Blackwell too far behind him. He's got nobody else behind him to help him, as Matthew Wood and Ryan Rose are now bump drafting each other to get themselves that gap increased over Chris Stange. We got a couple more drivers down pit road. Farrell Robbins, Jordan Kreider, Josh Kreider, Landon Burbridge, as Grant Applegate still leading this race.
Yeah, Grant Applegate with that later pit strategy here. I don't know if he is saving fuel or not. That's a good question here towards the end of this race. But it looks like he's going to continue on here on the racetrack, not making a pit stop. It's going to be great to see the 16 and the 29 continue to work together, or the 16 and the 78 work together here to build that gap on stage, and maybe a mono battle for the race win between those two. But Grant Applegate, with 22 laps to go, still holding on to the lead, and he's going to continue on the racetrack. Him and Dallas Seward, Melvin Behringer, and Melvin Brookover here. Those are the 4 that have not made a pit stop yet on this cycle. Let's see how long they stay on the racetrack.
Absolutely. We're seeing these guys duke it out here. Ryan Rose is only 4 seconds behind Nathan Brookover now. And these guys are pulling 2-second lap times better than your leaders right now. These guys continue to work together. Maybe the 16 looking to the outside of the 78 here. Maybe a little bit of a battle going on. Maybe Matthew Wood sees what's going on here. They know they're going to be out front, and they're going to try to maybe jockey for a little bit of position here for that first and second place, as Grant Applegate still out front here, now coming off of turn 2, coming down the back straightaway. Tanja Kangas in the chat. I heard cussing from the sim room. Not sure why. Well, I know what happened. He had a bad pit stop there. It's Chris Stange again. Just, man, had a little bit of issues there. Unfortunate for him. But look, we got 21 laps to go here at Michigan. Anything can happen here, and I'm sure we will see a little bit of happening here at Michigan, as he finds himself 3 3/4 of a second behind the 78 right now. Melvin Behringer still on track. He's going to come off of turn 4. The 19 coming down pit road now. Dallas Seward coming through turns 1 and 2. He is still out on track here. Same with Grant Applegate. Matthew Wood, 21 seconds, almost 22 seconds behind Applegate. Applegate obviously going to cycle further back than the lead of this race once he makes his pit stop, but a lot to look forward to here, as Grant's still out on track.
Yes, we got 19 laps to go. Applegate just crossed the line here. How far does he stretch this out? I like this strategy. Maybe he can catch one of those glorious cautions here, and that with only 7 guys on the lead lap, that would play right into his favor, and then be able to come down pit road and get those fresher tires to challenge for the win here tonight. I like this strategy that him and Dallas are on right now. Run it as long as you possibly can. Throw a Hail Mary, and maybe it just comes down in the end zone. You never know here tonight with the 57 and 83 as Matthew Wood retook the lead over Ryan Rose. If it continues on with everything cycling through, it could be a mano-a-mano battle for this race win between Ryan Rose and Matthew Wood, as they have built a pretty good gap over Stange now as they're moving through some traffic here. This could come into play a little bit as well, help out Matthew Wood, maybe hurt him as well. You never know how you catch these lap cars and where you could get the advantage or the disadvantage here, as Ryan Rose maybe staying in touch here with Matthew Wood with 18 laps to go.
18 laps to go here. Grant Applegate still out on track right now, coming down into turn 3. He is, you know, Jay, I would probably say the 57 really hoping for a caution right now. But he's going to come off of turn 4 here, and he's going to come on down to pit road. Let's see what Dallas Seward does now, as he's got traffic to the inside of him, and he's going to get blocked from coming down to pit road. He's going to stay out here, maybe grab a lap lead here. He is, as he comes across the line as the leader. So Dallas Seward taking a lap under the belt for himself, coming down into turn 1 now. Dallas Seward, the last guy to come down pit road. Let's see how it works out for him.
Yes, he is right here in a mix with a battle right there between Jordan Hand and Underwood. That would be for the P14 position. Two of your playoff drivers not having the races they necessarily wanted here, battling back here towards the top 15. But Dallas Seward still on the racetrack here. Air Jordan on the hood. He's going to continue here around the racetrack. He's going to stay on again here and lead another lap. 16 laps to go this time at the line. He still hasn't made a pit stop. Still leading the charge.
You know, I'm curious about something, Jay. If he's going to run this tank out of fuel, let's say it's like 10 laps to go. He's only going to need to put 10 laps of fuel in it. But with that, what if he only took right sides? That would cut down so much on his pit time there. Could he stay out in the top makings of this race?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great strategy. You never know how this all could shake out. I'm looking back in the running order here. I don't think he'll be able to leap Applegate with that strategy, but maybe someone like Connolly Kreider and find himself in the top 10 with this strategy. That's definitely in play, but I think the only strategy here right now is right, like you said, just run this thing right out of gas. I mean, just stay on the racetrack as long as you possibly can. You never know if you can catch that late race caution that could change your entire race here tonight, as we only have 16 guys in the lead lap. And I think that would benefit him well, having fresher tires and everybody around him at the end of this race, as we do have those 15 laps remaining. And we got Ryan Rose and Matthew Wood right there, pretty much still nose to tail here. Mano-a-mano, this could be the battle for the race win.
Absolutely, it could be. Chris Stange now 5 seconds behind these guys, and that gap just ever so increases for these two right here, Matthew Wood and Ryan Rose. They are running away from Chris Stange here, as they are just about a 10th quicker every lap than Chris Stange at the moment, as we are side by side with Wood and Rose now coming down into turn 1. Let's see what Rose can do here as he goes to the inside. Still side by side here. That looks like the 78 might clear the 16 here. No, he's not. Off of turn 2 right now. The 16's going to hold on with that outside lane.
I like the move here by Ryan Rose, trying to learn something here towards the end of the race. I don't know if you necessarily want to lead this, Tom. We've seen it all night long. If you're leading, you're kind of a sitting duck there, especially if they could set up a run on you. Maybe practice a little bit here, but here it is with 14 laps to go. We're going to see your race leader, Dallas Seward, make his final pit stop of the race, and that's going to cycle it. Matthew Wood, Ryan Rose, 13 laps to go. Mano-a-mano for the race win here at Michigan.
Absolutely. This is where Ryan Rose wants to stamp his name in to PSCRL history. And Matthew Wood wants to start off this Elite 8 right with a race win. So get him some valuable points here and try to mark himself clean and ready for the round of 6. As they come down into turn 3 now, Matthew Wood still leading here at Michigan as they come off of turn 4. 78 still in his tracks here as they come off of 4 and down the front straightaway. Matthew Wood leading this race with 12 laps to go. His only competition right now is that 78 of Ryan Rose.
Yeah, I like what Ryan Rose is doing. Oh, is Matthew Wood a little sideways here? Ryan Rose still looking to the inside. Maybe it's setting something up. Maybe learning here towards the end of the race. Where are you going to be able to make the move for the win? Where are you going to make it happen? As here he is side by side down the back straightaway headed for turn 3. Ryan Rose wants to get to the lead. Maybe learning for the end of this race how to position himself to make that final run for the lead. As here he is trying to clear the 16. It doesn't look like it. Matthew Wood's going to stay to the outside, side by side for the lead with 11 laps to go here at Michigan.
Yep, coming across the line now. Looks like the 78 did lead that lap. He's going to have one more lap under his belt in that 78 as they come on down into turn 1. The 78 still going to rock that inside lane as the 16 ripping the outside lane. That outside lane has rubbered in really nicely here. You can get that run off of turn 2, get real close to the wall so you can see the 16. You could fit a hair in between that 16 truck and the outside wall as he came down the back straightaway, but down into turn 3 now. The 78 just trying to hold close to the rear bumper as they both run the inside line there. Coming down the front straightaway now, Matthew Wood back out front. 10 laps to go here at Michigan.
Yes, the Dega boys, 10 laps to go here at Michigan. We got Matthew Wood continuing to lead, taking up to the outside. Ryan Rose right there in reaching distance, ready to make a move. Pounce on your race leader, Matthew Wood. What a battle. 2 of the fastest trucks we've seen all day long, and we had 1.6 guys battling, and it kept whittling down to now it's a mano-a-mano battle between Wood and Rose. The 2 that have mastered the strategy all night long, kept the track position, and here they are, duking it out for this race win, coming this time to get 9 laps to go here at Michigan.
9 laps to go. These guys continue to duke it out real quick. We got a lot of battlings happening here. Dallas Seward on those fresh tires, making quick work of these guys, trying to get himself to the top 10, and he does. Dallas Seward getting himself into that P9 position now. Josh Kreider in that P10 position. A lot of playoff guys back in the back here. That's Josh Kreider, Jordan Kreider, Brian Underwood. You got Jordan Hand back here. Jordan Hand not having a Jordan Hand race here tonight as he is currently in that P14 position.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a choo-choo train going up here on the outside. All these guys working together to continue to move the momentum forward as maybe swapping a little bit of positions. You see Underwood with a good recovery so far tonight, running in that P11 position after having to make that pass-through penalty sideways off a 2, excuse me. But nobody's going to be able to make a move on that. Jordan Kreider is going to stay right on the rear bumper here, the 77, down here into turn 3. A great amount of momentum being used. Oh, Burbage up into the wall riding through 3 and 4. He's going to lose a ton of time as now Robbins and Danny White go by.
All right, a lot of battling happening on track right now. William Connolly, Caden Gargiulo, these guys are trying to work together here, try to get themselves back up to the front. Noah Blackwell coming under attack by Grant Applegate now. Applegate having those fresher tires than the 88. He finds himself in that P4 position now. That 57 doing a freaking fantastic job with the pit stops that he, off strategy pit stops that he is having. Making a good run out of it, which is pretty cool. Chris Stange is 10.5 seconds in front of him in that P3 position. He's got 7 laps to go to try to make something happen here, but the lead for the race is right here. Matthew Wood, Ryan Rose coming down into turn 3.
Yeah, this has been a great battle all race long, and I think Ryan Rose is maybe just learning stuff here, maybe trying some things to the inside. Here he is to the inside now, Matthew Wood. Maybe this is his opportunity to take this race lead, take control of it over Matthew Wood. Side by side down here into turn 1. Ryan Rose, does he send it in on the bottom? Matthew Wood's also going to match him here. Cat and mouse, side by side action here off of 2.
Coming off of turn 2 now, that 16 is going to get the run on the outside. He got loose, though. He got loose. He got loose again. He's in the outside wall there. The 78 still to the inside. He got loose, too, but he didn't make wall contact, but he's still on the inside here. Now coming down into turn 3. The 78, he shoves it deep into turn 3. He's not going to clear the 16, though. The 16 is going to come back on the outside here off of turn 4 as they're duking it out for the lead of this race. They're coming to get 5 laps to go here at Michigan.
5 more laps around here at Michigan. This is a long race. That's 10 miles around this baby here tonight. As Ryan Rose still working the inside of Matthew Wood. Maybe try to get a good run here off of turn 2. We saw Matthew Wood really struggling off of turn 2 the last couple laps. Getting a little sideways. It looks like he had it under control there off of turn 2. Ryan Rose gonna get right back into the tire tracks of the 16. As we might have a little bit of lap traffic coming into play here. As we're gonna dive down here into turn 3.
Coming down into turn 3 now, the 16 and the 78 running the same line as they come through 3 and 4. Off of turn 4 now, the 16 still out front here. The 78 grabbing a little bit of draft. I think the 78 really needs to utilize using that outside lane there. The 16 has done such a good job on that outside lane. If you could take that lane away from him, I think that would be to the benefit of the 78. And I think he's got 3 laps to figure it out. Try to get around the 16 from the high side. Ryan Rose out of the playoffs, but not out of this race win. As he comes down the back straightaway, it looks like Ryan Rose is going to give a run for the money here tonight against Matthew Wood.
I can feel the magic in the air, Tom. I think we're setting up for one of these fantastic PSCRL finishes. I believe we're going to have a drag race to the line. Ryan Rose, you can see him building the momentum, timing his runs, trying to find a way to get to round the 16 of Matthew Wood. Here he is to the bumper. 3 laps to go down here into turn 1. Ryan Rose setting up to the inside. Can he make it happen? Matthew Wood so good on this outside, so defensive. Oh, as we get a little sideways there on the entry of 1. Ryan Rose, can he clear him off at 2? And he does.
He did it! Coming down the back straightaway, we got a little bit of lap traffic in front of him. That's the 27 of Brookover now coming down into turn 3. Let's see what happens here. The 27 utilizing the outside lane. That's going to hurt the leaders here as they come through 3 and 4. The 16 to the wall! He's in the wall! Off of turn 4 now! Ryan Rose keeps it off the wall and he gets himself a gap. Coming across the start-finish line now. 2 laps to go here at Michigan.
It's the money laps, baby. They got 2 more times around here at Michigan. Matthew Wood losing some time here. 1/10 of a second back. Now Matthew Wood sends it to the bottom here. He's going to try and make a move here through 1 and 2.
Oh, coming off of turn 2. Now the 78's going to have the run here coming down the back straightaway. Oh, they're door banging down the back straightaway here. 2 laps to go here in Michigan, and it's turning up. A driver outside of the playoffs. He is trying to take the trophy home here tonight. Can he do it? Matthew Wood on the inside. He clears the 78. Off of turn 4 here, the 78 lost it. He's coming off of turn 4 to get the white flag here at Michigan.
White flag is in the air one more time around here in Michigan. Does Ryan Rose have anything to come at the 16? Bumper business. He shoots to the bottom in 1 and 2. Can Ryan Rose challenge the Ironman Matthew Wood? Can he put the fight to the 16? Off of turn 2. It looks like Ryan Rose is going to stay side by side here. Oh, and no, he gets cleared. Does Ryan Rose have an opportunity? One more chance through 3 and 4. Matthew Wood defensive. Ryan Rose gets right to the bumper. He's going to take it to the outside. Can he build a run? Can he build the momentum? Matthew Wood is going to clear him off of turn 4. Oh, Ryan Rose sideways. It isn't going to be enough. The Ironman, Matthew Wood, wins the first race of the second round of the playoffs here at Michigan.
What a run by Matthew Wood. Ryan Rose comes home P2. Chris Stage coming across the line. P3. Grant Applegate gonna come home P4 here at Michigan. Coming off of turn 4 right now. That's Noah Blackwell. He is gonna round out your top 5. Jonathan Gaston coming off of turn 4 here. He's gonna come home P6. Dallas Seward P7 for himself. Caden Gargiulo, P8, P9 goes to William Connolly, and P10 to Brian Underwood. That is your top 10 here tonight, as Brian goes for a little off-track excursion here and eats the outside wall. But your race winner here tonight, that goes to the 16 of Matthew Wood.
Yeah, that was one of the best battles I've seen anybody put to Matthew Wood all season long. Ryan Rose gave it everything he possibly could. Sideways through 3 and 4. Dig and try to get to the outside. Matthew Wood timed it perfectly, made the move, coming to get the white flag, takes the lead, and then goes on a defensive off of 2 and through 3 and 4. And he is just the Iron Man for a reason. Gets the job done yet again and helping his chances at this championship pursuit for the 16 of Matthew Wood.
All right, Jay, it is time. Let's go ahead and bring down the top 3. And we'll start off with Chris Stange. We'll get everything set up for you guys here. And then we will start the interviews here tonight. I am sorry, guys. Here, let's bring down Chris Stange. Chris Stange, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. How y'all doing tonight?
Oh man, well, we're doing pretty good. How are you doing, Chris?
Well, I'm glad to be back on the podium, but you don't beat Matthew by making mistakes in pit road, and that's pretty much where I lost it. So,
well,
take
look,
RP3, but you know, a little upset with myself tonight.
well, mistakes happen. All right, it happens to the best of us. But let's talk about it for a second. What happened during that final pit stop to the 29 truck?
Just stopped a little short in the box and had to re-clutch it and take off and pull forward again, and that was the 2 seconds. Lost the draft, and then they hooked up together and drove away, probably intentionally, because I was giving them a fit up until that point.
Well, Chris, you had a fast truck tonight. You were seemingly there and really in contention for the win of this race. That 29 truck was extremely fast. Definitely a force to be reckoned with there towards the end of the race. But look, we all make mistakes on pit road. The strategy, though, we saw strategy all over the board. Now, the strategy that you had, was that planned, or was that something that you had, race time decisions?
Well, I mean, to be honest, the way the fuel was and the amount of laps we had to run, you only had a couple laps to play with, so you couldn't really run a long strategy. You weren't going to be able to run enough to make it up at the end. You can see a few of the guys. I saw them on the relative. They were catching up, but, too little too late, basically. So, yeah, we were kind of in a box, and it was either pit together, pit one lap earlier, or pit one lap later. And it all pretty much evened out. Basically, it is you need to hit your marks when you hit your box and not lose the draft. But strategy-wise, like I said, we were pretty much kind of held into only a couple lap little differential there. So wasn't much to gain on that. Just needed to stay with the draft and stay in touch, and then make our move late and win the race. And similar to the way we got the stage win. So we'll take that. First stage win of the year, by the way.
Yes.
So I'll take that as a little bit of a win, and I'll kick myself in the butt for the rest of the week till we go to Martinsville.
Yes, you did come out here. You did win the stage. You still got some very, very valuable points heading into this Elite 8 now. First race completed. You get the stage win. You finish P3. Congratulations. I'm going to hand you off to Jay here. Jay, what do you have for Chris to round out this interview?
Yes, Chris, congratulations on this run tonight. I know it might not be really what the truck strength really was tonight. You were one of the fastest trucks, if not the fastest truck tonight. But nonetheless, you got that stage win. You finished P3. Great points tonight for you. Who do you have to thank for this amazing performance?
Well, thanks to y'all. I know we're losing you after this season, and that's a tragedy. You guys are great. Love coming back and rewatching these broadcasts. I learn mistakes I didn't see watching them back, so it's great. It's wonderful. So wish y'all the best of luck. It's awesome. You got a viewer for life over here. Definitely got to thank my Fueled Up boys. Not many of them in this league, or you probably ain't seen any of them, but behind the scenes, they're great. We do a lot of practice together and work together. So I thank them a lot. And then, Dylan, he pulled me into this series and onto his team with Carrier Motorsports, and just kind of trying to carry the banner for them guys. So, thanks to Auto Value and NGB Designs for keeping my truck looking great up there, and of course to my family and everyone that contributes to allow me to come out here and enjoy this. So yeah, and well, in the league guys too, they put up with a lot of crap to put this on and keep it going every week and every race, and take care of all the hard calls, and that's a tough job to do. So thanks to them, and thanks to all our viewers. Thanks for coming out and watching.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the kind words there, Chris. We truly, truly appreciate it. We love coming out here to PSCRL and broadcasting. We love interacting with Tanja, your mom, in the chat. She is an absolute national treasure here in the world of motorsports. So huge shout out to her as well. Huge shout out to you, Chris. Thank you so much. And a huge shout out to the league admins here at PSCRL. They have a great product. Look, once again, Chris, thank you so much for the kind words. Congratulations on your P3 run tonight. And Chris, we'll see you in the next one.
Yes, sir. We'll see you at Martinsville. Y'all have a good one.
Absolutely, you too. All right, that was your P3 runner here tonight. Let's bring down your P2 runner, Ryan Rose. Ryan, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Wow, Ryan, what an amazing race you put on there at the all race long, but even at the end of the race. No pit stop struggles for yourself. You found yourself running with the 16 and the 29 pretty much all race long, and you held strong. Man, that performance like that, you got to feel really good about yourself.
Yeah, I really wish I could have won, but yeah, I just came out here for fun. I didn't even want to run this race, and then it was like, screw it, I'll do it. So yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. You put on an absolute show out there tonight. You did a phenomenal job in that 78. But let's talk a little bit about, you could probably call it racecraft out there on track. How was the 78 feeling, with a little bit of dirty air, with some clean air? Was it a big difference? And how big of a difference did that make with new tires?
New tires definitely helped a lot. It just, the right rear would wear out a hell of a lot, and dirty air, I don't know if it helped, if it affected it too much. I don't know, but it kind of felt like it did, and then it kind of felt like it didn't. So I don't really know, but it felt pretty good. It just was looser than I thought it was going to be.
Absolutely. Well, look, you come out here, you're not in playoff contention, but you come out here and you pretty much have a dominant P2 run. You did a great job here tonight. Congratulations. Jay, that's all I got for Ryan here. What do you got for him?
Yes, Ryan, congratulations on your P2 finish here tonight. I mean, unbelievable race. You, the 16, the 29 all put on here tonight. I mean, you guys stole the show. Stars of the show here tonight. What a fun battle all the way to the end. And you put the fight to Matthew Wood. We haven't seen very many people be able to do what you did tonight against Matthew Wood. That was really impressive. And a P2 finish is nothing to hang your head about tonight, especially when you weren't even going to run this race. So congratulations on that. Who do you have to thank for this amazing performance?
Just honestly, my mom and my dad. They get me through. So.
Dope. Well, excuse me, I'm sorry. Ryan Rose, your P2 finisher today, rocking socks and Crocs for the race tonight here. Is that true?
No.
Okay.
That's just a joke mid-race.
Well, I know it's probably a joke. Dallas Seaward put it in the chat, but I felt like it was warranted. Yeah.
We mess around with each other all the time. So.
Awesome. A great community out here. Congratulations on your P2 run tonight, Ryan. And we hope to see you in the next one.
Thank you.
All right, that was your P2 finisher for tonight. Let's go ahead and bring down your race winner, Matthew Wood. Matthew, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Hi.
How you doing?
Actually, technically, it's only you right now because Jay done disappeared.
Well, that's okay. We're still a team here.
Yeah, we're still two. We got the duo, not the trio anymore. We lost one in the dust.
It happens. It happens. Sometimes you have those times where you're like, holy crap, I gotta go pee. Then you gotta get up real quick and go, or else
not mid race.
You don't want to.
When you're driving the car, you just gotta pull
Well,
a NASCAR wetsuit.
Well, look, we're sitting in normal, computer seats. We don't want to pull a Denny Hamlin in that.
I mean, yeah,
You know,
I kind of enjoyed it.
it feels nice and warm for like 10 seconds, and then it's just icky.
Ugh.
But, anyways, off topic here. Look, Matthew, you had a phenomenal race here today. You actually had some great battling, not only with Ryan Rose, but with Chris Danes, with Noah Blackwell. Jonathan Gaston was up there for a minute, and Applegate as well. You guys put on an absolute banger of a race here tonight. Talk a little bit about it. How was it feeling for you? Were you worried at all that maybe you were not in contention for this race? I mean, there's just so much that happened in this race. Just, floor is yours.
Well, that was probably the first time I've been shaking coming to the start-finish line in a very long time. He drove the wheels off of that thing. I'm proud of him. He did a wonderful job, and he's going to get plenty of wins here. I mean, that's one of many podiums, and he's going to be in victory lane soon. But I mean, it was a good race. Just didn't expect to get as loose as it did, really. But I kind of did. It's a long sweeping corner. You're leaning on the right rear. Which you can't do in next gen. It's kind of more of a Gen 6 type deal, or the last Cup car type deal before the next gen. You lean on the right rear. Next gen, you can't do that. So, I kind of tried to do that. I thought I was saving and shortcutted them once, and I was like, I'm gonna get a big lead, but they're gonna be drafting right up to me, aren't they? And sure enough, I look behind me, they're gaining like a second a lap. They get to me. We have an incredible battle. There was great battles throughout the whole field. And then I don't know how I didn't kill Stange coming into pit road, but that was a great move nonetheless. If I had a brown streak on pit road, that's why. I don't know how I missed him because I saw him make contact with him, and I thought, I can't see him anymore. He's surely in the inside wall. Oh, he saved it. And then I think he slid through his box or something, and he was like 4 seconds back. And then Rose was up there with me. Door banged on the back straightaway once. I immediately came over and was like, "I'm sorry." And he was like, "You're good." And then don't know how I didn't hit the wall because he got to my inside. And when he cleared me, I'd gotten loose. And I was just trying to run the top. He came up in my wake, and then I almost died. So a great battle. Like I said, he's gonna be winning one of these, but it kind of makes up for last night, by the way, because in my Friday night league that I usually talk about, again, after like 6 months of trying, coming so close so many times, it was a road course, and these are some like top level guys, and I was at a road course. It was Montreal, which I heard you guys are actually going to pretty soon to broadcast, because Noah was talking about that.
Yes.
So I led by 30 seconds, 5 laps to go. I had to save fuel, clutched in, and everything seized, and I DNF'd.
Rip.
After 6 months of trying and coming as close as to a lap before everyone had to pit except me, and then, caution comes out for a guy racing for last, and then I get wrecked on the last lap. So this kind of makes up for it, but that's going to sting for a very, very long time.
Well, you still come out here, you get the win. I heard a little bit of a rumor here from in the chat on Dallas Seward that you rip off the tags on your mattresses.
They kind of ripped themselves off.
All right, Matthew, look, you had a phenomenal race out here tonight. Who do you have to thank for your race win here tonight, for your performance here tonight at Michigan?
Well, obviously Ryan. I mean, me, him, Stange, Noah, Landon, basically everybody I was around kept it clean, aside from I think this part of first part of stage 2 we had two wrecks. That was about it. Kept it clean the rest of the way. Had some good battles. I had a heart attack when I think it was Conley wrecked in front of us. But yeah, you guys did a great job too. Yeah, I always go back and look at it. I'm gonna miss you. But yeah, it's just a great day, and a lot of great people helped me today because I was dying after last night. Wasn't good. I got off my phone for a little bit. I went to go work out and do some cardio to cool down. And then I had the counselor call me because people were like, I can't get a hold of him. And I was like, I never said anything. I said my race went bad and I'm going to go cool off. And then everybody was like, oh my gosh, I can't get a hold of him. So that was an interesting experience. But I have a lot of people that care about me. That's great. And like always, I have him on my truck. My Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for the kind words there, Matthew Wood. Matthew Wood, you put on another stellar performance. I think what you should do, Matt, is you need to create a Discord and reach out to the community on iRacing for maybe a little bit of driver coaching, because that could be a great secondary income for yourself. And you'd probably get a lot of customers too. I mean, you're doing this for free right now. I feel like that's a little bit of a crime.
I mean, I actually, that's the reason Noah's been getting a little bit quicker, because I'm teaching him some of my tricks. Not all of them. I don't want him to beat me every race, but
There you go. There you go. All right. Well, look, Matthew Wood comes out here the first race of the Elite 8, dominates and wins. He gets himself a ticket to the next round, where he will continue to fight for his championship hopes. Congratulations once again, Matthew Wood, and we'll see ya in the next one.
all right, see you. Love you.
All right, there you go. That is your top 3 here tonight at Michigan. Man, Jay, once again, we get a phenomenal broadcast here. And once again, we see a phenomenal finish here in the PSCRL Truck Series Season 3.
Yeah, what an amazing race. What a great playoff race. We saw some of your playoff contenders have troubles, and then it comes down to the end between Ryan Rose and Matthew Wood. And we've been waiting all season long for someone to put that type of fight up against Matthew Wood at the end of one of these races. And it was Ryan Rose tonight. What a valiant effort. Comes up one position short. But we saw him tonight. We knew he had a fast truck, and he really put on a show. All of them put up a good show there at the front of the field. Amazing race. Unbelievable. Can't wait for the next one.
Absolutely. Well, it is time to go ahead and wind down this broadcast. Thank you to everybody who came out. Look, if you're looking to become part of the boys, you can. Go to our channel, hit the join button, pick a tier that works best for you, and get some awesome, amazing perks with that. You can come onto a broadcast a race with us. You can come onto the podcast, talk a little bit of racing with Jay and I, and many more. Depending on your level of membership, you can even get free merch. Pretty dope in my opinion. Well, we're talking about merch here. If you want some Dega Boys merch, go to our channel. Once again, hit the store button. Go to our spread shop, whatever it is, and go ahead and get yourself some Dega Boys swag like this right here. Big Daddy NASCAR. Get yourself some Dega Boys swag. Rep the boys. Look, I can't tell you how many times people come up to me and ask me what Big Daddy NASCAR is. I love explaining it. It's great. Jay wears a shirt to his local short track all the time and gets some hilarious reactions out of it.
Not this year, but well, last year I did. But no, I've not been able to do that this year, but I can't wait.
Yes. Look, so go ahead and rep the boys if you'd like. All the proceedings that go through those 2 avenues go right back into the channel to create more and better content for you guys. Thank you to our memberships. Right now, we had Will Tingler, who joined us today, courtesy of Dallas Seward, who has also been a huge supporter of the Dega Boys since the very beginning. Huge shout out to him. Steven Downton, Daniel Maddox, we've got Richard Latuke, Teltaps, Javon Thompson, Kaden Gargiulo, Kevin Whalen, Bobby Dennis. I'm missing some here, Jay.
Bryce Saucier.
There you go,
Daniel
Bryce
Maddox.
Saucier.
Yeah.
Daniel.
There's a
yeah,
list
yeah,
of them.
Daniel,
Yeah.
Look,
You'll
you'll
see
see
it
it
at the
after
end
the
of the
stream.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see it. But huge shout out to those guys. Thank you so much for keeping that and keeping our dream alive there. Look, we got a lot going on our podcast side. I'm gonna hand it off to Jay here. Jay, why don't we talk a little bit about our podcast side, watch parties, etc., etc.
Yes, we had a watch party today, so go back and rewatch that Indianapolis Grand Prix there with Indy cars. What a phenomenal race that was. We had a great
Banger.
time with Dallas in here is with us as well. So go check that out. But we're doing 3 more this month on the day, the greatest day of motorsports, the end of this month. May 26th, we'll be here for Monaco in the morning. In the afternoon, the Indy 500, and the evening nightcap with the World 600. And it's going to be a full day of watch parties. Come join us, have some fun, interact with us in the chat. Also, the podcast on Tuesday, we'll be talking about the races this weekend, which there was an absolute onslaught of races. We've got some hot takes, opinions, some rumors, some news. It's just some good old griping and complaining by the Dega boys, like we always do every Tuesday. It's a great time. Listen to us idiots come and talk about racing on a Tuesday. It's a fun time. And then we'll also be previewing the next week's races as well. F1's back, Imola, and a NASCAR All-Star race, etc. So tune in like clockwork every Tuesday for the Full Send Half Nas podcast.
Absolutely. Real quick in the chat, Tanja, talent in racing keeps it all going. I agree. Dallas says Javon Demand, absolutely. Tanja said she saw the Indy GP as well. That was an absolute banger of a race. Seriously, that was in contention for the top 5 races of the year so far. That was an absolutely awesome race. Dallas said he'll be there. Haley Deegan is the GOAT. Totes. All right. Look, continuing to wind this down, make sure you guys check out all of the socials we have. We have X, TikTok, Facebook, Patreon, where we got some pretty, well, I'm kind of embarrassed, some pretty embarrassing videos of me on there. So if you want to see that, go ahead, contribute to that as well. You can see that. Check out our Discord channel. Our Discord is full of news. It's a great community for news, links, news postings, anything that's going on in the racing world is there right now as we speak. It's constantly being updated. So check that out as well. All the links to all of our socials is in the description below, so check it out. It's a great place to be. Another thing here, let's talk about PSCRL just for 1 second. Unfortunately, Jay and I will not be returning to PSCRL for next season, for Season 4. Season 3 will be our lone PSCRL venture here. So we really want to thank all the admins here in PSCRL. You guys have done a phenomenal job in putting on a racing product here. We will miss you guys. Some other things has brought us away from racing on Saturday nights. You guys will see in the future. Jay will talk about it a little bit more here in the coming weeks, here in the coming months. And you guys will be seeing some really cool stuff that will be taking up our Saturdays here in a little bit. So also with that being said, we are not broadcasting tomorrow. So a big shout out to all the moms out there. Happy Mother's Day. We appreciate us men. We appreciate every single one of you. Keep doing you. Keep being you. Mothers rock. And we truly appreciate you. Happy Mother's Day to my wife as well. She's an absolute G. Watching the kids all the time so I can be an idiot here is pretty cool. So, but that's it. I mean, that's really it, right? I mean, yeah. All right. Look, this has been another awesome, amazing broadcast here on the Dega Boys Racing Network. It's been Thomas and Jay in the booth. Thank you to everybody who came out here tonight, liked, commented, and subscribed. We love you guys. Thank you so much. And we'll see y'all in the next one.